Hi everybody, this is Maya Good. I'm pretty sleepy, so I'm going to try to cut this short. Today was an amazing day. I woke up fairly early and I still had a lot of work to do on my outline. I was rewriting my long outlines. I had added some plots, some subplots, and I changed the theme of the books. And so I rewrote the long outline, lengthened them so that I had more detail and more scenes. And then I was putting them on 3x5 cards and obviously pasting them to my wall. The reason for that is what I've done is there are actually 4 book outlines up there. There's one more that needs to go up there. And what I'm doing is each of the main characters has a color and I'm putting stickers on the color. So if character 1 is purple, and character 3 is pink, and then I know that they're interacting on a card where it's a purple card with a red sticker, if that makes any sense. What I'm hoping is that I can stand back, look at it, and get a broad view of the character interactions because I don't have enough of the character interactions, and that's going to be the biggest thing for me because I like to have that taken care of before National Novel Writing Month starts. So today was amazing. It's my first time being municipal liaison. We had our lunch party. We've never done anything like that before, so we totally forgot about the word sprints. We, we had a lot of people, and there were a lot of non-NaNoWriMoers around, and so it was just we were scattered so much that we just didn't do it. But we're definitely going to have word sprints on our Wednesday night writing group. But I got to meet a ton of people from the county, and that's never happened before. Like, we had a really good turnout and some really nice people showed up, and so I had a blast. um, when I went, I had to leave the house at 11:30 to get there on time, and I finished my fourth outline at 11 o'clock. So I had written 2,000 words before I left, but they were words that I wasn't going to be counting because I'm not counting my outline words towards my National Novel Writing Month score. I feel like that should have been done in October, and so I'm just not counting it personally. I know I can, but just I'm not comfortable doing that. So I went in and I figured that I was probably gonna have to really fight to get my 1667, which was a big deal because I'm not doing normal National Novel Writing Month. I'm I call it a double because my goal is to write 2 novels, but my goal is actually to write 2 complete novels, and my books tend to be around 75,000 words. So my goal is 150,000 words, which is technically a triple, but I'm not thinking of it that way. I'm thinking of it as a double because I got to psych myself. I've never written 5,000 words a day consistently, and I have a couple reasons for wanting to do this. One, this is a pen name project, and I want to get a really good jump start on it. Second, I want to see if I can. I feel like a lot of my issues with editing have to do with the fact that I am suffering from imposter syndrome. And I feel like if I complete like this really like outlandish goal and I can see that I am consistently writing rough drafts and it's not a fluke, and that yes, I am ready for the next step, that I'll stop hesitating so much with each of my edit passes. I just I still feel like I'm not really a writer on some level. Even though I know I'm a writer, even though I call myself a writer, there's part of my brain that hesitates when it comes to editing. It's like this huge step. And for me to write, 2 finished drafts in a month, which is just such an outlandish goal, um, I think I have something to prove to myself, frankly. The third reason is I want to up my skills and I want to up my writing habit. I've really focused this past year on just editing. I've gone long swaths, long weeks without any writing new words at all. And if I can write 5,000 words a day for 30 days, then writing 2,000 words a day the rest of the year won't seem so big. And that's really what it is. I want to set a new bar of what normal is. And so that's my goal. One thing that I'm doing this month is I'm staying away from the candy as much as possible. I had candy at the launch party, but I don't have any candy in the house right now. I know a lot of people give themselves candy for every 100 words, every 1,000 words. I'm not doing that. Perhaps my reward may be better or worse depending on what you think. But for every 5,000 words, I'm giving myself 1 glass of champagne or sparkling wine, depending on what I get. Today I got Sophia Blanc de Blancs, and because I'm only allowing 1 glass, because I don't need a bad habit by the end of the month, I got a champagne like stopper thing, and so there's probably 5 glasses in there, 4 glasses, depending on how big my glasses are. Yeah, there's probably like 5 in there. So yeah, I'm going to open that up, have my glass of champagne, read for half an hour, and then pass out. Tomorrow's going to be a very long day for me. I've got a lot of writing. You know, like I said, I went into this already having written 2,000 words that I was not going to be counting. And I made my 5,000 word mark 10 minutes after midnight. And so I'm really pleased with myself because technically I wrote, what, 7,000 words over because I made like 5,040 something. So yeah, I did really, really good today. Tomorrow, another 5,000. I'm going to try to stay accountable on here because it's just such an outlandish goal that if I have to come in like public and say I didn't make it, maybe, you know, this whole vlogging thing will make it a little easier for me to succeed. I'm looking forward to it. Like I said, I have a lot of things to add to the outline because the relationships aren't strong yet. I don't have enough multicolored dots on that board. So for today's writing, of all the scenes I wrote, only 3 of them are actually on the board, and 4 of them were new scenes. And so when I wake up in the morning, I'm going to try to fill in all the new scenes for the purple book. And then the next day I'll fill in the new scenes for the blue book. And as I finish the purple book, I'll obviously think of new things that need to be added, and so I'll add to the other books. And so yeah, that's what's happening up there. I have a duplicate of that on my Scrivener, but that just makes it really easy for me to visualize it. I'll know that I have enough interactions when I look at the board and I just see lots of polka dots. I'll feel a lot more comfortable. I also changed one of the plots, one of the secondary plots going through it. And so kind of restructuring the whole thing was just a really visual thing. And usually I'm good with outlining on the computer, but my screen is kind of small and I just couldn't see the big picture. And I found a lot of benefit from getting it on the wall and then standing back and looking at it. And the feeling that I had when I was trying to see it on my screen became really obvious when I stood back and I looked at it. I was like, oh, kind of thing. So if you're having problems with your plot, that's a really great tool. I highly recommend it. I had a lot of fun doing it. I started to write down all the scenes by hand, but I just got annoyed. So I actually just printed out my outline and chopped up pieces of paper and glued it, and it worked fine. So on that note, ciao, and I'll see you tomorrow.